Good morning. Here we are again. Today is October the 6th of 2020. And we got some fancy cars on the back. They call it Strike. It's made by some of these companies that make portable to use on the ranches and stuff like that. But anyway, here we are this morning. Hope you have a great day yesterday. The president is back home again, they say. They say they were faking it. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But my interest is on the stock market, and that's all we're going to talk about today. So, right here we have a little thought about it that it takes a man long time to learn all the lesson or all his mistakes. How true that is, isn't it? Many of us have made many mistakes, has lost a lot of money. I'm one of them. When I started back in 1972, they say that there are two sides of everything, but there's only one side to the stock market. And it is not the bull side or the bear side, but the right side. That's true. You need to be on the right side of whatever the stock market is doing. You don't run the stock market runs you. So, therefore, it took me longer to get that general principle fixed firmly in my mind that it did most of more than the technical phases of the game of the stock. You know, you learn about trading, you learn about reading chart, you learn about this, but always remember, if you are not on the right side of the stock market, you are gone. You're going to lose. Okay, so with that, we're going to close that, move up into these things over here. And we're going to look right quick at how the early morning stock is going. As we see, DraftKings this yesterday lost about 5%. It was a big drop. A lot of people got hurt into that one. And we have this morning that is down. Pre-market is another 33 cents. One of the reasons for that is that we have a lot of football games were canceled due to the virus. So you can see that can affect it. We can see now that we have also the other stock that is still here, Apple. Apple yesterday went up $3, 3% at 116. We're going to talk a little bit about Apple later on. And this money is calling for 60 cents down on the pre-market. So with that in mind, DraftKings is also that has the little problems there. So we're going to look at this right quick and we go over some of this stuff here. Nothing exciting this morning about the market. Everything kind of calm. Uh, Let me talk a little bit about seasonality of the stock. Every stock has a season on it, and some of them are perform better in different days of the month than in others. The reason I'm looking over here at Apple because Apple in the month of October is supposed to perform better. It opened higher, you know, for the whole month, 80% of the time in the last 5 years. However, this is before we have a split. This is before the people oversold the company, overbought it, and everything else. And so these seasonality projections are not always exactly to the point. You need to look back and see what had happened and what caused this is a pandemic year. So things not exactly were the same. However, you know, you sure don't want to buy Apple on April and invest in Apple stocks like that because it only goes up 40% of the time. So you should search on your stock the seasonality before you put the money. If you're a day trader, you probably could care less because you're only in for the movement of the day. You just need to be on the right side of the street. But on the month of July, uh, Apple is 100% capable of going up for the whole month. And you can gain a 7.8% of the stock. So with that in mind, we're going to move to the next one, just to let you know that there's such things as seasonality. And we're going to look that yesterday, most of all the sectors, there are 11 sectors in the market. You have them from energy funds, from energy. Energy was up yesterday. However, energy is not a good place to invest nowadays. Technology funds, they're doing very good. You know, healthcare, material, finance, communications, industrial, utility, consumer staples, and real estate. So this is what make up the whole marketing group, and there's thousands and thousands of companies in that. Let me tell you about the technology sector. The government don't like anybody that is more powerful than them. So some of these technology companies have becoming very powerful where they can move things. The government is looking at it. People like Apple, Facebook, with many subscribers, and many of them have become kind of worrisome for the government. And there is some ideas in the making from the Justice Department to start checking on this company and break down the monopoly they have. Breaking down monopolies is nothing new. AT&T years ago in the 60s and 70s, they have a monopoly on the telephone business and they decided to break it down. So they divided the AT&T company into four different companies: Southwestern Bell, Pacific Bell, Eastern Bell, all these different companies, and then AT&T remained just by itself. And we know already through the years after all breaking down the monopoly, you tell me where is Southwestern Bell, where is the Pacific Bell Company, all that. AT&T came in and took them all over again through the years. So they're back into the monopoly, but they're not powerful as they're now today. Technology now are the one that is very powerful, and the government is looking at them, and you know who the boss is. Government has power over all of us. So therefore, be aware that some of this technology stock might be having some problems and break down, and prices are going to change. And that's what we're interested on. On the other side, we saw that yesterday, right here, we saw what I made the trade day before yesterday on Friday with the movement of the president being sick, and we make some money over here. It's a good thing I got out. We don't stay longer. And yesterday, DraftKings took a beating and it lost 5%. As we can see on this trade that us. So there's some concern about the virus starting going up again and therefore causing some problems. And DraftKings depend for a football game and gaming to sport betting. And if there's no sports to be played, there ain't gonna be no betting, so therefore there ain't gonna be no money. So right here we're gonna look at the 10-year treasury. It's still going up. And the reason being that people taking money out and making some investing in the stock market. This is kind of concern about it. I'm very concerned about the way that it's going up again. Some of them breaking new records. Oh yeah, this is my cap from Senator Seth Farini. Her sister came by and visited with me a couple of days ago, and we got a project going for the state, but that's a different game. It's a political issue. So Apple, as we can see, had not going too well. We haven't filled up that gap that we have over here for Apple, and we probably don't fill. But Apple is not moving too well, and it's probably because the monopoly thing too, that they're getting concerned, or other investors are getting concerned about that. However, it can be also that the market is tired of going up, and October never have been a good month, so therefore we need to be careful with those things. And now the government is looking at them more closer, so this might not help the price. And the last thing I'm concerned with it is about this one here, and it could be a little bit higher there. Okay, the volatility index. This is one thing I'm concerned about it. You need to be careful with it, but volatility index, it cannot tell us where the market is going. And when the market goes in and goes up, the volatility index goes down. We're having a problem here because for some reason, and I know what the reason is, normally this track about 15 when the markets keep on going up. So get down to 10, it is reverse. And lately, instead of going down below 15, it had remained between 25 and 30. And that's an indication to me, this is my interpretation, others might have a different opinion, but what we really think, I really think that is happening is there's a lot of people betting, there's a lot of money betting, there's a lot of calls, they're buying a lot of calls, option calls, betting that this thing gonna go up. And if they're buying calls on the VIX, that's an indication that they're expecting the market to make a correction. So we had to be vigilant and be prepared that it might be a correction. So let's not get caught off guard with a whole lot of money tied up in something that when we wake up in the morning, we wake up with the market down, hitting you in the head, and then it kind of be kind of sad about the whole thing. So with this, I want to take take the time to tell you thank you. We appreciate your time to taking it this morning. We're kind of late. It's 7 o'clock Central Time in Texas where we're making the video. As usual, when we made the video, we immediately put it in. We don't correct anything or edit anything. This is live and it stays live. We don't want to make it pretty. We just want to make some money. So have a good day, and we see how the market goes this morning and today. And I had to go and pay my property taxes as usual to get a discount. So take care. Good morning. Drink a cup of coffee, have dinner, and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.